Hey everybody, Bearded Rogue here. It's the night before Gen Con. My flight is earlier in the morning than I would like it to be. I didn't really plan this video out. I meant to plan a whole bunch of videos and record them ahead of time so that I wouldn't have to record them during the week. However, I spent most of my time instead trying to catch up on housework and get everything packed and ready and making sure that all my prototypes were where they needed to be. Don't really have anything specific that I wanted to talk about in this particular vlog, but I figured one of the things that I could talk about that I haven't talked about is games that I'm excited about at Gen Con. I have gone through the list on Board Game Geek multiple times. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm interested in, far more stuff than I could ever potentially purchase. There's a lot of stuff that's only mild interest. There's also a lot of older games that I really want to get my hands on. Like, I really want to get my hands on a copy of Concordia. It's been really hard to find until recently. I guess it just released with the new, better-looking cover. And I'd really like to get a copy of that. There's a couple other older games from last year, Fight for Olympus, I believe it's called, and a couple others that I'm interested in getting. But as far as the new hotness goes, Renegade has a killer catalog this year. I'm not just saying that because I'm working in their events area. They have some amazing games, and some of them, like Flip Ships and Sentient, already made appearances at Origins. But some of them, like the Scott Pilgrim game and Atlas and Ex Libris, are going to be showing up for the first time. I'm given to understand that there's going to be another announcement sometime this week from them. All I know about it is Can of Beans. That's really all that I've seen posted. I think that there are a lot of reviewers who are under embargo to talk about this release. I think it's Wednesday it's being announced, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure that it'll probably be announced before the Trade Day event on Wednesday afternoon. Otherwise, everybody will already know about it before the press release hits. So I don't even know what that game is. But add that to their solid existing lineup of Lanterns, the Lanterns expansion, Lotus, Clank's expansion, Shiba Inu House, Kitty Paw, Doggy Go, all the different games that they have in the existing Renegade lineup, World's Fair. Games that are already amazing. I should say Renegade and Foxtrot. Let's not leave Foxtrot out. Fox in the Forest, also at Origins, but much heavier here at Gen Con. So many new games coming out there that I could potentially spend my entire con budget just in the Renegade booth if I wanted to, and never travel around the rest of Gen Con. That's kind of pointless, but I could do that. Those are really big ones for me. A couple other games that are making their appearance at Gen Con and might sell out completely are Spirit Island. It's been getting a lot of buzz now that people have started getting the Kickstarters. It already was an amazing looking game just from everything I've seen of it over time, back when the Kickstarter initially launched, and all the conversations I've seen about it here and there and everywhere since then. It's been a while, so there's been a lot of conversation about it. Ian, my co-host on Breaking Into Board Games, got himself a copy at Origins after playing it and fell in love with it and has played it a whole bunch and is talking my ear off nonstop about it, so I'm very interested in that. There's a lot of other things coming out at Gen Con. Catacombs. There are some expansions for Catacombs 3rd Edition that are coming out, specifically Catacombs and Castles, which is its own standalone thing that can be mixed in with Catacombs. And then Catacombs the Wyverns of Wylamure, which is an expansion for either of those two games, so you can use it to expand Catacombs or Catacombs and Castles, either one. Codenames Duet. Lots of people got to try it at Origins. People are actually going to get to buy it here. I'm one of those people. I've already reserved my copy. I just need to go and pick it up. It's amazing. It's co-op Codenames instead of competitive Codenames, and having another way to play Codenames just means that I get to play Codenames more, which, big thumbs up from me. Let's see. Orleans Trade and Intrigue, I guess, barely made Origins, but it's officially at Gen Con. I'm really looking forward to that. I love Orleans. It's right over my shoulder here. And I've already got the expansion, the first expansion crammed in there. Unfortunately, I didn't save the box for the first expansion because I got it at BGG Con, and it was unfortunately one of the casualties of my flight home. I know how to pack better now, so hopefully there won't be any casualties, and hopefully I'll get another box that will allow me to make this one have a little bit less stress on it than it does. North Star Games is releasing a Happy Salmon Blue edition. This initially was just kind of like, oh, that's neat, a blue pouch. And then I asked a little bit more, and all of the colors are different, which means that it's 6 new players. Meaning if you have the old school green and the new school blue, you can play with 12 people at once. Happy Salmon is one of those games that I think could actually scale to 12 people at once, particularly at party events or larger family-type gatherings. So that's something that's very interesting to me. They're parceling them out over the days. They have like 50 each day of Gen Con, so that's going to be cool. Cities of Splendor. I love Splendor. And more ways to play Splendor is good. I'm not even remotely looking at trying to get this or any other Asmodee products. I don't have the ability to stand in line for 3 or 4 hours to get any of the games that I want, so if I can't get them in the small amounts of time that I have, I'm just not going to be able to get them. So again, I'm just listing things that interest me. Let's see. Caverna Cave vs. Cave was in very limited quantities at Origins, and it will be at Gen Con. That one looks really, really good. Anytime I go to a convention, I want to go by the Haba booth, even if I don't buy anything, because they have some amazing stuff, but I guess they're giving away Rhino Hero bags with purchase. That's cool. Rhino Hero is probably one of their most well-regarded games by nearly everybody, and so having yet another Rhino Hero-esque item is pretty good, although I think if I do get one, it will just end up going to Tiffany. That's unsurprising to anybody who knows Tiffany. She has a Rhino Hero cape. The prototype Rhino Hero cape, after all. So how could I not give that to her if I manage to acquire one? Yellow has some fun stuff coming out. Bunny Kingdom from Richard Garfield looks pretty good. They have all their other smaller games. I've already got Welcome to the Dungeon and Welcome Back to the Dungeon. There's Ninja Tyson, I think it was, that I looked at Origins but didn't end up getting. That's on my kind of short list as something that I might want to look into. Rock, Paper, Scissors, Ninjas. I mean, seriously, that's... how can it get better than that? But there's honestly just a lot of stuff to look at this year at Gen Con. A lot of things to demo and check out, and I'm just not going to be able to do a lot of that working the booth like I am. So I'm going to miss out on some of that stuff, so I'm hoping that you guys can tell me what some of the cool stuff is that that I might miss because of working, but I'm very, very happy to be working where I am. As I said, I could probably spend all of my allotted con budget in the Renegade area and go home happy. They have a very strong slate of games. Level 99 is going to have a Millennium Blades. Yeah, my Millennium Blades box is upside down, I guess. A Millennium Blades expansion pack number 6, I think it is, there. Which I don't think has been released up to this point. I think they've only gone up through 5, so that would be a new thing. I don't know how many of those they'll have, but I'm sure it's not a ton. I don't know. all sorts of stuff, all sorts of really great games have come out in the last couple months. So there's no way to possibly keep up with all of them. Unearth is there. Um, lots of people demoed it at Origins. It's available to purchase. Go by the Brotherwise Games booth and get your copy. In the I believe in the Passport Games booth, Rule and Make is going to have Skyward, which is a really cool little I Divide You Choose type game that I had a really good time with. You could pick that one up. I recommend that one. That's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Saikatsu. If you like abstract games at all, you need to go to the IDW booth and buy Saikatsu. Just do it. Like, you don't need me to tell you what the game is about. You don't need any explanation of the rules. Just understand that if you like abstract games, go buy Saikatsu. You will love it. It is amazing. Yeah, I know there's a whole bunch I'm missing. I don't have a huge long list in front of me of all of the potential things that we could be that you could be looking at. There's so many things at Gen Con. There's no way you could ever possibly see them all. So, you know, that is what it is. That's the nature of the beast when it comes to a convention this size. Just remember that you're not going to be able to see it all, and enjoy what you do see. Like, if you're not enjoying whatever it is you're doing, go do something else. There's plenty to do. There's no reason for you to sit around and not enjoy yourself. But don't make your enjoyment contingent upon being able to do everything, because that's not going to happen. You're not going to see everybody you want to see. You're not going to play everything you want to play. You're not going to buy everything you want to buy. That's just how Gen Con works. I think it could be a 7-day convention, and that would still be true. First of all, I don't think the publishers could actually have that many of every game in stock for a 7-day convention. But even if they could, I don't think it would be possible to go everywhere, especially now that it's expanded into multiple rooms and it's expanded into the Lucas Oil Stadium and everywhere else. Like, it's all over the place now. Gen Con is everywhere. So, yeah. That's just some of the things that I'm looking forward to as far as games go at Gen Con, or games that I think you could look at or look forward to. And if you aren't going to Gen Con, if you're in Gen Can't, I know that they're going to be doing some amazing giveaways. Some of the publishers have been very generous with Gen Con titles to give them to Gen Can't to pass out. And understand that a lot of these things are going to be in stores sooner rather than later. You know, some of the titles may be a little bit longer, but the majority of them are going to be out before we get to, you know, Christmas season, as it were. That's kind of the whole point. There's not going to be a big, huge delay for most of them. But yeah, you know, I still am not. Gen Con's still not exactly my speed as far as conventions go, and we'll see how this one is with it being the first sellout in history. It's year 50. I imagine it's going to be packed to the gills and crazy. But I'm excited to go, and I'm really glad that I'm going to get to see some of you, probably not all of you, but those I don't get to see, understand that I did want to see you. It just may not have worked out, and those I do get to see, yay! It's great to see you guys. Anyway, I've rambled long enough on this video that didn't really have a topic, so I will talk to you guys soon enough if you're going to Gen Con, and if you're not, I'll have videos up every day. Some of them will probably be from the Gen Con floor, so look out for that. Anyway, Bearded Rogue, out.